Can you deduct credit card interest as an expense? If you're a business owner of any sort, really, you're going to want to be able to drive down your taxable income in any way you can. In this video, we're going to teach you exactly how to do that. In this video, we discuss using a personal credit card for business use, a business credit card for business use, and if you can deduct that interest. We'll discuss what type of interest expense is allowable. Then we'll look at the requirements for deducting interest expense. All right, let's get to it. While we aren't able to deduct interest from your personal use credit cards, if you use those credit cards or business credit cards for business use, then there are options to deduct interest. So if you're a business owner or an independent contractor, you should be able to deduct business interest for credit card use, regardless of whether you use your personal credit cards or you use an actual business credit card. The IRS doesn't specify whether you should use a business card or a personal card. Actually, it doesn't matter to the IRS if it's a legitimate business expense. Okay, now if you use your credit cards for part business and part personal, then you're gonna have to actually parse out what's business and what's personal from your business statement to take these deductions. This even applies if you took out a personal loan on your personal credit card. As an example, if you took one of those balance transfer checks and you use that for a legitimate business purpose, then you can actually deduct that interest from that transaction. The only requirement is that you're fully liable for the credit card. In other words, you can't be an authorized signer. You actually have to own the credit card if you're going to take the legitimate interest deduction, whether it be from your personal side of credit cards or from your business side of credit cards. Okay, so what business expenses are allowed in terms of interest deductions? What are considered legitimate business expenses? So inventory, raw materials for inventory can be a business deduction to write off as interest expense. Office supplies are another obvious one. Loans for business expense, all of that interest can be written off, whether you take the loan on the personal side or on the business side. As long as it's used for a legitimate business expense, you can write off that interest. Business travel and entertainment purposes, anything that accumulates interest on this side of things can also be written off. The only warning that I have is be careful what you choose to write off when it comes to travel and entertainment. If there's an area for audit as a business owner, it's going to be in this area. Small business owners will notoriously write off all of their vacations as business expenses. So just be careful to tread lightly here. So anything that has to do with advertising or marketing can be written off as a business interest expense. If you put it on a credit card and you don't pay it off immediately, or you took out a loan for advertising and marketing. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll be working hard to bring you a video each weekday over credit, lending, real estate, and other relevant personal finance topics. Okay, so some credit card debt allow you to carry debt for months at a time. And in some cases, that means that you can technically write off the interest expense before you've actually incurred it. Okay, so there's two main areas of the way people will account for things. There's cash accounting and there's accrual accounting. Cash accounting is simply a system that is cash in and then cash out. So with this system of accounting, you can only take the deduction for that transaction that happened in that particular month. Okay, so accrual accounting is more flexible. You're actually able to write off expenses when they occurred, even if you paid them at a future time. So really at the end of the day, you're able to deduct any kind of interest expense, whether it be from a credit card or a loan, as long as it's used for legitimate business purposes.